So next we'll use the same tool and we'll use it to phase here on our primary bushings.
So that overhead line looks like it has some hot bushings, which is highly unusual. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our bushing adapters on that overhead line. And notice how when Ryan and I make this change, equipment change, accessory change, maybe you got to change positioning, your bucket truck, maybe you got to change equipment, tooling, whatever change you got to, maybe you're in South Carolina on a hot summer day and it's sweaty and your britches need to be changed. So what you're going to do is you're going to get away from that potential. You're going to get away from how you know your electrical reality works and you make the change. Y'all get that? Doing this on a consistent basis, what you're doing is you're dwelling in that house of safety. You're controlling the ball. You're not allowing your opponent death, harm, injury, loss, all right? You're not allowing your opponent to have any time with the ball. You're controlling the ball the whole time. Offense, defense, you got the ball. It's your ball. It's your mind. You watch out over each other. Watch out for each other for that, okay? Okay, go ahead, Ryan.
So same thing as last time. Using it on the primary, we're going to go phase to ground first for the same couple reasons, testing the tool as well as preparing yourself, making sure your head's in the game here.
That cord.
So we get a 1, so maybe our head's not quite in the game like we thought it was. We left it in the 2 kV setting. So I'm just going to come to the back here, put it in our 25 kV setting, and we should start getting some better information. So we see about 20.5 kV. So again, it shows the accuracy of that other tool, that VD1000, when we were using it with that 0 ohm extension earlier. So now we'll go phase to phase. We'll see if we're in phase here. And we see we're very close to 0. We see about 0.3. There's a chance you may get 0.3, 0.5 some days when the ground's wet, especially if the cable's laying on the ground. You can actually hear that little bit of buzzing going on. It's about a 0.5 milliamp of current or less flowing through this cable. So it is pretty safe, but you can still hear that minor bit of current flowing through that cable. So that's just the bleed to ground off that cable that you see there.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead. When you're done high potting, you're done phasing, you're completed the task. What you're going to do is you're going to de-energize the tool. All right? And you're always going to do it in this sequence. You don't have to do it in this sequence. You all are training your linemen to do it in this sequence because you understand your electrical reality. And you want the tool to speak with you and talk with you and let you know when it's de-energized. So every time you're going to take that secondary probe, whoever's tools it is, don't matter, you're going to take that secondary probe to ground first. Okay? And then Ryan, you take it from here.
So we'll do that secondary probe to ground. And like Brent said, whether you're just high potting or phasing, if you're high potting especially, you'll see those numbers start to bleed off immediately. And however long it took you to charge the cable, you want to wait that time and make sure that that reading is 0 to verify that all that charge or that capacitance that was built up gets bled off to ground. So you see those numbers take a minute to bleed down to 0. Just takes a minute just because of the resistance in these probes that we put in these tools.
Okay. So now something to always keep in mind. We're the only manufacturer that builds safety into our cord. What we do, and no one else does this, what we do is we have a cord that conducts that phase to ground, that current, and looks at the voltage, gives you a voltage reading to ground. We have that cord that does that corded tool that does it in the cord. We have it shielded. No one else does this. This cord is shielded at 35,000 volts. So when you use our tool, you can use it with the cord on the ground. It's safe. You can use this tool with the cord laying over a box as you go from one phase on that cabinet to the other side of the cabinet to another phase. You can use that cord on the box or a box on the ground, a lid or whatever. So it's very safe. We put extra safety in the tools, all right?